Well, Aurelio, mate, obviously not the past fortnight you would have wanted, but is the Derby perhaps the perfect circuit breaker, a chance to get the boys back on track in the best way possible?
Well, look, it is what it is. It's a derby. It comes in wherever it sits in the fixtures, and that's how it is. Yeah, it hasn't been a perfect last couple of weeks, or probably quite a difficult last month, to be honest. But yeah, there should be no complacency in terms of motivation for a game like this.
Because it really is a case, isn't it, that throw the form guide out the window? Because I mean, speaking with Tony just half an hour ago, that was basically his thinking. Doesn't matter what the sides are doing coming in, it's a derby, both are going to be up for it.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, if you look at the table, they would certainly be clear favourites. That probably hasn't happened for a number of years, I'd say. So yeah, but 100% agree that derbies all over the world. Doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter who's top, if someone's bottom or wherever they're placed on the ladder, on the league ladder. It is a derby. It's going to be fiercely contested, and that's how it should be.
Because it's funny that you say, like, looking at the ladder and everything, Aurelio, because I mean, looking at it right now, obviously, even with that difficult month that you've been speaking to, but win this game on Saturday and all of a sudden you're just 3 points back of Melbourne victory, despite the fact that they only lost their first game on the weekend. Is that maybe a thing for the boys to look at as well?
Yeah, look, I don't think they look at that. So those sorts of things. They're always looking at how they're going to improve and the games that are coming up. But it's just been a bit of a crazy year in terms of teams beating everyone, and when you think someone's going to win the game, it doesn't happen, and when you think you're going to be further down the track, then teams above you lose or drop points, and absolute crazy season. But exciting. It's pretty tight. It's still. I think we have spoken about that a number of times over the last month. How close it is between top and bottom.
Because looking at, I'll zoom in on the past couple of weeks, Aurelio. I mean, you look at it, obviously not a lot has gone to plan, but 9 goals conceded across 2 games, 180 minutes. What's that down to? How do you fix it before the derby?
Yeah, well, 7 out of the last 9 has been our turnovers. We've been in most of those. We've been in control of the ball and turned it over, and we've been absolutely smashed on the turnovers. So it's a balance of being prepared and ready on the turnovers, but also you're putting players in positions for the next pass or the next moment. So it is a bit of a balance, but we really got to be better at not turning the ball over.
Just on last week, I guess, the starts to both halves were like, pretty poor, I guess. They scored early, and then I guess, half time he made those changes, and then first minute they scored again in the second half. How do you how have you addressed that?
No, we have to be better, Marco. We have to be better at not turning the ball over, and that's what we did. We're always going to be a team that's want to be positive in possession, but as I said, the giveaways, the opposition, especially last week, really hurt us. So it was like being smashed in the face a couple of times, and very quickly. And even after we went 1-0 down last week, we were still in pretty good shape, and then we conceded a second and a third pretty quickly, and I'm sure everyone's been in those situations when it's very difficult then to try to pick yourself up.
What did you make of the? Sorry, you go.
No, I'm just saying we have to. In football today, 1 or 2 goals is nothing. You get one back, and then things can change very quickly. Momentum can change very quickly, and we just got to be stronger in those moments. And we know that, and we've spoken about that for many weeks, and it's a work in progress. We haven't been able to have a stable team as well. We've had to, through injuries, and especially with the injuries, that we've changed the team quite a bit over the last 6 weeks. I think our best period was when we had a stable team, and at the moment we haven't had that luxury, and it is what it is. But we still got to front up. We still got to make sure that we roll up our sleeves, and not everything is always going to go smoothly for you. But if you're prepared to prepared to have that mentality, prepared to have that winning mentality, prepared to work extra hard when things aren't going your way. That's what it's down to at the end.
Mate, in terms of players, how's I see Tilio came off the bench last week. Is he ready for a start? And also Lecky, how's he going in terms of being ready for a start? If you decide that they should be starting.
We've had most of these guys. Well, Tills came in just over a week ago, and Lex has been training with the group for a number of weeks now, and came in last week. So everyone is ready for a start. We've got just about everyone back, I think, now, and everyone's ready. Yeah, different stages in terms of match rhythm, but at this point, everyone is available.
Jamie McLaren, I guess he's run of 6 games without a goal in the A-League. That's the longest since 2015. How's his confidence, and what's the sort of trigger to him starting to score again?
Yeah, look, he's. I think we've spoken. You haven't been in these conversations before, Marco, but with Joey and Anna in the past, we've had those same conversations, and you know what it's like for a striker going through difficult patches, or you know when they're in a rich vein of form, when they're not in great form in terms of being in front of the goals. You know that looks like a mouse hole compared to double the size when things are going well. But he's working hard, trying to get through it. And even last week, he had 2 very good opportunities, but Freak made 2 excellent saves. So it's a little bit of luck, the ball bouncing your way to start that, and that's where he is. But you know Jamie. Everyone knows Jamie well. He's a confidence player. He's a confident guy anyway, naturally. So eventually, he's going to have to bounce back.
Aurelio, can I just ask, I was trying to follow along, what's the status with Tolga Arslan? I know he got suspended for his red card. Do you know how long his suspension is going to be, or is that process still working, or has that come to a conclusion?
Yeah, he was in Sydney on, what are we now, on Wednesday, and so met the panel and gone through that whole process and completed whatever he had to do on the Wednesday, but the panel and the chair, they're all still mulling through it, so there hasn't been a final decision. Tolly came back to training yesterday and he's here again today. He's not going to be playing this weekend, so we're just waiting for a final verdict, whatever that may be.
Have you been given any indication about when you'll be given that verdict?
No, we thought it was going to be yesterday, but obviously they probably got a fair bit on their plate with the Western Sydney stuff as well, so yeah, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. That's as much information as we've got, and of course for Tolga and ourselves, obviously we need it to be put to bed as quickly as possible. He's obviously going to serve some suspension, don't know what it's going to be, but the quicker we know, the quicker we can move forward.
And we asked you about some of the players in your front line, but in terms of health and fitness wise, is there anybody else that are under any clouds, anybody else that are improving?
No, we just have guys who have come back from injury, like Naboo, like Marin, for example, Sammy, Nuno. So they're all back, and again, it's just match conditioning really, and unfortunately they can't play anywhere else. So the match conditioning, unfortunately, is in the A-League. And that's how it is. So we just have to manage that, like every other club does. You know, it's easier with the younger kids because they can go back and play a couple of games in the NPL. But with the senior guys, it's much harder, as you know. So they're all in good spirits. They're in good shape. Apart from the real hardened match minutes, which some of them don't have. It is what it is there, and we just have to manage that according to the game.
And also, Aurelio, you're not the only show in town tomorrow night. Just across the road, there'll be about 100,000 people heading into Taylor Swift at the MCG.
Yeah.
Are the boys under instructions to head in a little early so they don't come late with the traffic and everything?
Well, I don't know how many Tay fans we have. I prefer to
Well,
go watch.
are there
I prefer to go watch Matchbox 20.
Oh yes, they are on as well. Are
The-
there any
the-
secret Taylor Swift fans in the dressing room?
Well, who knows? There may be. There may be. Who knows? You can sometimes. I'm not a fan, to be honest, but you just never know.
But so you're a Matchbox 20 fan now?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. So maybe you can get out. I don't know what time they start. Maybe you can get out or something. Catch the end of their show.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, there's a lot happening, isn't there? It's crazy on how everything sort of links in with the football. With the football game, I think maybe the basketball's even on as well. So yeah, that'll be absolutely crazy. And then probably next month when the Grand Prix is around as well, it's going to be chaotic again. So, but that's good for the state.
Sporting capital.
Yeah, yes, or music capital.
Yeah.